We'll get to know our guest better in a moment. But for now, Sam Demaris, Paul Oddo, J.K. Spinler. Welcome to the show.
What's up, bro?
How you doing? You're usually on the other side of things.
Yeah, usually I'm behind the scenes.
Yes.
But now I'm on the main stage.
Well, grab yourself a shot glass, and I will raise one to you. And
Thank you,
Sam
kind
is going to
sir.
have some water.
Yeah.
And
Sam is lucky to be alive.
So, as this is a Whiskey Brothers production, it would only be fitting if we did the whiskey. So, cheers, gentlemen, from our good friends over at the Old Humble Distilling Company. Their special
That
reserve.
is good.
It is. You can get that at a Specs. You can get that in a number of places.
Yeah, I'm used to college parties where they just give you what you have, you know.
Right. Yeah.
I don't care like what's in that cooler. Just give it to me.
There
Drink
you
out of the
go.
bucket. Yeah, I was at a party like that, and when a brief time I was in college, and they had the trash can punch shit. You ever do that?
Oh,
Just in
yeah.
a big trash can, and everybody's drinking out of it. And at the end of it, there was a fucking skateboard in there.
Oh.
And it was just they grabbed a trash can. That's what it was.
Well, speaking of parties, topic A this week, while you would think it would be Afghanistan, we're not going to tackle such a subject. That would be no fun. Obama, the president, turned 60 years old. I'm sorry, the 44th president turned 60. It is estimated that the organizers spent at least $1 million on the event. It was at the Winnetou Resort in Martha's Vineyard. His 60th included...
Did you say Martha?
Yeah.
That's my mother's name.
Wow, good to know, bro.
I'm going to headbutt him right here on the show.
It's the worst part of what was a really good movie. once.
God, I'm going to headbutt you.
Say it.
Batman versus Superman. Batman is like got Superman dead to rights, about to murk this motherfucker, and Superman goes, "Just tell Martha I love her," and that's Batman's mom's name too. So he's like, "Did you say Martha?" And he goes from wanting to kill the most powerful being on the planet to going, "Yeah, you know what? That's my mom's name too. I got you back, bro."
Very, very interesting derail of a good
Hot
fight
garbage.
scene.
Yeah.
Hot garbage.
Guests at the party: Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Steven Spielberg, Bradley Cooper, Don Cheadle, Stephen Colbert, Bruce Springsteen, Tom Hanks. Several of them, including Erykah Badu and rapper Trap Beckham, who I am unfamiliar with, were asked to take down Instagram photos and videos of the event. The Obama said they were going to scale it back after all the COVID stuff, but clearly they did not. Did you see anything that went on with the party, Sam?
Yeah. I feel like if you've done enough in your musical career to be invited to Obama's birthday party, I should know who the fuck you are. And I don't know what the fuck a Trap Beckham is. I have never heard of it in my fucking life. And then they say he posted these photos, and they're like, "Hey, man, we don't need you to take that down." I'm like, yeah, that proves you're not famous enough to be invited to this party. And then I went and opened the article.
Yeah.
He posted photos of him and his manager smoking blunts at Obama's fucking birthday party. Hey, man, as a fellow black dude, don't. Every racist who didn't want him to be president is looking at that going, "I knew it." Like, and accept the fact that you got invited, bro. And here's the thing: it was him and his manager, Obama. I get you're a little older and you're not familiar with maybe how rappers work, but anytime they bring the entourage, you're welcoming bullshit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anytime a professional athlete gets in trouble, anytime a rapper gets in trouble, it's not them. They're the ones with a fucking job.
Right.
It's the homies.
I don't invite anybody to anything.
Entourage don't seem to be worth the trouble.
Ever.
No.
Ever.
Yeah.
They just stay there, spend your money, and smoke weed at the president's goddamn birthday party.
Yeah, that's how COVID went around. Like they passed a joint around way too many times.
Yeah. And this was Trap Beckham's crew?
Yeah, him and his manager.
Okay.
Posted up there, they were smoking blunts at Obama's birthday party.
Jesus.
Now, listen to the guest list. You have Jay-Z, Beyonce, Tom Hanks, Steven fucking Spielberg, and then like fucking Rat Trap Jenkins. Like, one of these things is not like the other.
Right.
Trap
Maybe it's a
Jenkins.
PR thing. Maybe the agent was like, "Hey man, you got some connections, some networking. I'll put you on a list, bro. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, maybe so. Trap Beckham sounds like the drag version of like David Beckham. Which
Honestly,
doesn't
what it-
even make sense because he's not, but
What it sounds like to me is that Barack and Michelle Obama looked at Sasha Malie and said, "You get to invite one friend."
yeah. They found their
One
favorite
for minimum.
their favorite TikToker.
And now he
Beckham.
fucked it up for everybody. I will never get an invite to there because of my TikTok or whatever. Don't go in because I don't post.
And your lack of
Yeah.
friendship with their daughters.
Yes. No, I don't have to be a friend, but just if they're fans of mine, hey, Dad, can we have this comedian here? Like, nah, the last time you invited somebody, he did a Cracker Barrel joke at a military base.
JK, what did
Good
you
joke.
think?
Well, what I thought was weird was like before the party happened, the media was like trying to defend it, like calling anyone racist who was criticizing it, and then after the party, when COVID spread and whatnot, they were like, Erica Badu uploaded a video, like give her the shit, like she's posting apologies and whatnot just for posting videos of her being there, and Obama's just like, I mean, shit was lit.
That is an astonishingly good Obama.
It really was. Yeah, it sounded like his audiobook.
I would have never guessed that in a million fucking years that I was going to come out of here.
Yeah, they did have COVID spread around after that,
Yeah,
didn't they?
dude.
Like 60 cases, I think it was 63 at Martha's Vineyard.
And I don't really care, man. Like, let the dude enjoy his retirement. Like, he was president, he went through a lot. And basically, his wife's like the breadwinner now, like going on multi-million-dollar book tours and whatnot. She's bringing in the money, and he's taking care of the kids. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. Let him
Yeah.
enjoy himself.
Yeah, they did have an indoor-outdoor thing because it was supposed to be outdoor and it was an enclosed tent, so it wasn't really at all outdoor. And the whole thing was very. I think that was why they, like you said, they shut down all the Instagram stuff. They were like, nobody post or take them down, and the only person who did was the DJ. So the DJ was the one who posted
Old
the
tank,
pictures of
tank tomato or whatever.
Right, of Obama dancing, and that guy committed suicide in 2 weeks, as a matter of fact.
Parties to die for nowadays. Parties to die
Yeah,
for.
yeah, it was a stupid
2
thing.
weeks
man.
from now.
Look, I mean, if I'm going to catch COVID, the place for me to catch is Obama's birthday party.
Yeah, right. 'cause
I
I
mean,
can
No
get that.
regrets, bro.
Ain't nobody walking out of that like, no, it wasn't worth it. It was fucking
What
worth
else
it.
were you going to do with your life?
Yeah, I'll get the elite variant or whatever. Like,
I'll get that Foxtrot variant. I'm good.
But you know what I would never do? I would
The
never
Omega
smoke
version.
Right.
weed at Obama's birthday party. You know what I mean? I would not. I wouldn't even get insanely drunk at that birthday party because I know me and I know I'm not really worthy of that invite.
Right.
I would go there. I would shake hands with the Obamas. Mr. Hanks, it's so nice to meet you. Beyonce, nice to meet you. Jay-Z, you lucky, ugly son of a bitch.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just make the rounds, whatever, and then around 10:30, I would just invent a reason why I had to leave, and I go to the nearest bar, and I'd be lining the fuck up. You won't believe who I just met.
Right. I would take a couple of slices of this adrenochrome pizza,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go. Yeah.
I just hung out with Steven Spielberg and
That's
Bear
it.
Trap Beckham.
We
Yeah.
drank 3 babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those rich people parties can be too much sometimes. 'Cause I've been to parties where it's like really rich people that are like in a real party, it's like someone doing coke on someone's ass, like sponsored by Toyota, like just
Yeah.
And it's like too much because you're shaking so many hands, you're getting so many business cards, and you're like high and drunk, and like you're just, dude, I just want to vibe. Just
Right.
leave
It
me
must have
alone.
been. There must have been some weird backroom stuff going on too.
Oh,
Just
dude.
all kinds of like Iron Man selling them guns and crazy.
Oh, of
shit
course. You
back
know,
there.
that's going on. But also on the same note, there's somebody out there that's trying to round out their I smoked weed with list.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And they've
yeah.
gotten Willie and they got Snoop. And now Obama's got to be third on that list, right?
Right.
So they're just over there checking it off. So whatever weird shit's going on in the whatever tantric eyes wide shut
Yeah.
gun deal is happening in the back room,
Yeah.
there's one dude sitting on the couch waiting for Obama to pass that
Absolutely.
goddamn joint.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't-
just
I
opening,
don't care.
like-
It's lace, bro. Give it to
Yeah, totally. Just going into all the different little dark glamping rooms in there, and just like waiting for weird shit, and then you find out Nancy Pelosi invited herself.
Oh, that's
Into a fucking haunted house. She really
Wow.
did. She showed up, and they said she.
I
did.
thought that room was haunted.
Yeah.
I thought it was. That
Now
is-
here's
It
the
is.
thing. Could you imagine smoking weed with about like how slow he talks? Like when he gets high, and you're just waiting for it, and he's,
God.
you know, this reminds me of back when I was in college. Did you know I went to Harvard? That's where I met
and
my.
his hand is always in the position. He's
Right.
always passing it.
And
Yeah.
it just inches that way, and he's like, "That's where I met my lovely wife Michelle." And
he's like-
we have 2 daughters.
Your
So I'll
Obama
show him.
impression is very similar to your impression of me. It's very funny. I never noticed that till right now.
I have like 3 voices.
Yeah.
Quick, do Paul Oddo talking to Obama?
Hello, Mr. Obama. It's very nice to meet you. I'm a big fan of yours. Well, Paul. It's nice to meet you too. I've never heard of you. I heard you won a comedy competition in Boston. Did you know I went to Harvard?
Yeah. I like this. He's whiter than me. In your impression, it's a little more high pitch.
This is. Anybody got another punch on the birthday party before we get to know y'all? Because this is a perfect time to do it.
I just think it. No. I mean, I love that it was just. This was a loophole in whatever logic that you are not supposed to get together with. This isn't even a punchline. It's so ridiculous that you think you can tell everybody to do whatever the fuck you want them to do, and they're like, we're actually gonna go party and fucking just be rich and breathe on each other and not give a shit. And it's whatever it is because I try to be apolitical.
Amen.
I really try to be, but boy. You gotta, at some point, look at yourself and be like, maybe I'm the reason they're electing a goddamn game show host to be the president. Maybe the things we do are problematic, which is one of our favorite fucking words.
Yeah, I think definitely Obama's doing retirement right. He was president in his 50s. He has a lot more years to go.
Right.
And these other guys getting president in their 80s, once it's over, I'll be dead in 10 years. So
Right.
what did I do with my life?
Kite surf with Richard Branson while you can.
Spent your 60s getting COVID with Trap Jenkins or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
See, I think
much rather do
that
that.
guy's name. I think that guy's name should be Trap Baron Cohen because this sounds like Black Borat.
Yeah.
This sounds like he infiltrated this thing and was going to film it for
It very well might be.
cultural learnings.
I couldn't
of
pick this
the
person
hood.
out of a crowd.
No one could. Except for those two daughters. Obama's 60. Let's get to know our guests, shall we? I feel like having you guys on the podcast, everyone may or may not know you, but we've got a weird convergence of audiences. Some of your people, some of our people, and then, of course, you're here.
The youth.
Let's start with the youngest. And J.K. Spinler, please tell them who you are.
My name is J.K. Spinler. I'm a college student at Stephen F. Austin, or I like to call it Sex, Fun, Alcohol University. The biggest mistake of my life. I also work for Barstool Sports and produce shows here and there. And, yeah, I've always wanted to do comedy. And I'm only 20 years old, so yeah.
That's awesome, man. You shouldn't be drinking if you're 20
Right.
years
I
old.
don't give a fuck.
Just saying, legally speaking, I think we have to say something about it.
It's apple juice.
Fuck it. Yeah.
It is. It's
What do you
props.
What is it you
We're
do
all
for Barstool?
actors,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is all. We wouldn't actually drink. What is it you do for Barstool when you do it?
I basically have the lowest position of I run social media accounts and I make memes for them. And
That's
but
cool,
then but then
Right?
yeah. But I do make some pretty fire memes. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
I've never heard that said in a sentence.
Get some important
I've only
noise
read
press.
it. J.K. Spindler, and also a part-time producer for the Whiskey Brothers, and we are going to miss you as you go back to SFA.
Yeah,
So
I fucking hate that shit. I'm gonna write essays over some bullshit movies from the 20s.
well, welcome to your bachelor party, I guess.
Yeah. I'll say.
Across the table, my good friend Paul Oddo. We don't even have to switch camera angles. Tell them who you are.
I'm Paul Oddo. Nice to meet you. I'm originally from here, but I went away and came back. I've been in New York for 14 years or so, and I think, I don't know, to describe me as probably one of the I'm surprisingly weird, I guess would be a good way to describe. I seem like a very straight-laced person, but I tend to be not that at all. I do a lot of psychedelic drugs. I paint. I do a lot of push-ups. I don't know. I got too many interests. I have too many interests.
Do you not believe in the Fifth Amendment? I do a lot of stuff.
No. I think I got fired from a bar for talking about that on my podcast because I was talking about working behind the bar, taking mushrooms, and I don't think it worked real well for them. But I made good money, and people liked it. But no, I don't know the best way to sum me up other than I do what I try. I'm just professionally me.
He's being quite humble. His go to pauloddo.com. Your artwork is fantastic.
Well,
I have one of your pieces of work on my wall, and you're also a fantastic world traveler. I have been opposite you on many a plane aisle, and we will be going back to Africa in the Middle East in January. So
wow.
If the Africa thing is a lock, that's
It's
That's
not a
more
lock,
exciting.
but it is more a lock than it was 2 days ago.
It's so fun.
I'm,
It's the coolest thing in the world.
That was you and I and Sam, who we'll talk to here in just a second, and Brian Carrion. We went to Niger, Africa, in the heart of the Sahara, the Sahel, as they call it, and had one of the most remarkable experiences I've ever had as a comic, as a human, as a traveler, in all the things I do. That kind of took the top of all of them. So I think we're going to go back and just do it better
fun.
and on camera.
In Djibouti and Ethiopia, too. You guys are the ones who told me you're going to fall in love every 5 minutes in Ethiopia. And I think the place with the fly kids? And you're like, no, they're beautiful women everywhere. And they absolutely are. It does not work for the men.
Nope.
Like they don't get that attractiveness.
They just get uglier.
Yeah. That's
but
fine.
the women are absolutely stunning.
The women are gorgeous, and the beers are like fucking 60 cents.
Yeah. Best coffee you ever had in the world.
Oh, bro.
And they give you popcorn beside it, as is tradition.
It's beautiful. To my right, Sam Demaris, not only a member of the Whiskey Brothers, and this is his seat at the table on most days. He's also my best friend, but I assume that he's got some professional credits or something else he'd like to tell you about. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Demaris.
So if you haven't been watching us at all ever, then let me give you a bit of my backstory. I have 3 brothers. I was raised in Beaumont, Texas.
All right, it was good to know Sam Demaris.
Did you know I went to Harvard? Truth of the matter is, and I don't really know that I've ever dived into my actual story. I am the youngest of 3. I have 2 older sisters. I was born right here in Houston, but grew up in South Park, straight up in the hood. Lived very, very hood-ish, and if you had met me today, you'd never fucking guess that in your life. At all. When I got out of the hood, I got the fuck out. And
where did the metal find you?
Yeah, musically as well.
So the metal found me. I was young enough when MTV started, and first saw it, didn't like it. Bunch of dudes in makeup, shit was weird. I didn't get it. Then I saw Ozzy Osbourne, and I was like, this guy scares the shit out of me, and I think he's kind of cool. And but even then, I still wasn't that into the music. When my parents divorced, my mom moved us out. We moved over on Stella Link, which, I mean, it was out of South Park, but it was still not a very nice neighborhood. And there was a white kid lived next door. And he was skateboarding in his driveway with his boombox because it was the 80s. And
The yellow one?
No, it was silver with the 2 big fucking black dots for
Radio
speakers.
Raheem style.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looked like Radio Raheem, but out of it was playing Master of Puppets.
Gotcha.
And I just walked over next door and was like, hey, this doesn't sound like a bunch of guys in makeup. This sounds really fucking cool. What is that? And he was like, you want to borrow this tape? And I was like, sure. And I took it back home, and he never saw that motherfucker again.
What was it tape?
Master of
Metallica's
Puppets.
Master of Puppets. He goes, it's not makeup, but it's going to be Hawaiian shirts in 30 years. You ready?
Yeah, boy, they really know how to put a dick in your childhood.
Sam is not just a good comic and a metalhead. You've traveled the world along with me, 30-something countries, I think, at this point. Are you into 40s now?
I'm up to 40.
God,
Okay,
I'm so sick of these
performing
people
wise,
catching me.
performing wise, at 43,
So sick
but
of
then
this
I think
shit.
46 total.
So sick of it. All right, you're fired.
Yeah,
your
but
number?
no.
54.
54.
But it's at a hard stop right now.
Yeah?
I don't have anything. I get Curacao in January
So
after
really
I
get
drop
the-
you guys off.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah, we'll see. It's somewhere in the Caribbean.
Wherever they make that purple liquor.
That's that. Yeah, that's it. It's
Yeah.
an orange flavored blue shit.
That's fun.
So I only started catching you because I got the cruise ships and you weren't doing them, and then you got the cruise ships, and I was like, there he goes.
And
He's
here's
running away
the
with
cool
it
part.
again.
I've done exactly 5 cruise ships in my life.
Yeah.
And I am doing 1 in November.
Mm.
The 5 that I did previously were all out of Long Beach, all down to Ensenada, Mexico. And now that everything's opened back up, they finally offered me another ship, and I said yes, and then they sent it to me, and I'm going out of Long Beach to Ensenada, motherfucking California. It is the most boring goddamn trip you could ever take in a boat that isn't a Viking funeral. It is absolutely miserable.
Meanwhile, about 87% of my ships have gone out of the state of Florida. When I live a $20 Uber ride from this Long Beach port that they keep flying this motherfucker to.
There you go.
I'm right there. And they will not, and then they send me the worst way possible, too. They send me on a red eye out of L.A. all the way to Miami. So I land at 7 a.m. and they're like, yeah, just go to the port and get on the ship. And then they're like, you've got these safety meetings and this and that to do. And I'm like, when was I supposed to sleep?
It's a big bunch of misery. We'll see what happens when I get back out there.
Paying the bills.
Our guests, Sam Demaris, Paul Oddo, J.K. Spinler. Welcome to the show. We get to dip into that's a break the law. You're a bartender on mushrooms. Here's
That's right. Ex-bartender on mushrooms. I got fired for that.
Bro, I feel outplayed. Like, I grew up in the boring suburbs and still in college. You've been around the world. Like, the most interesting thing I've done is what I'm doing right now.
Well, you got a good start. It's a good start.
Well, for those of you watching that are law enforcement officers, we're coming to you from Denmark or Holland or wherever this shit's legal. Segment 3 of this show, and we do this, we write this differently every week, and it makes me happy because it's always new. Some comedians have died. We know this. Friends of ours, but also heroes of ours. It doesn't mean they can't still tell jokes. I think we've all talked about this on a road trip. If you're a comic, you will experience this down the line.
Damn, you just told me I'm going to die. Thanks for it.
No. You knew that already. But
Your favorite comic, Will.
Facts, though.
You'll be in the car with a bunch of your comic buddies, and you'll start speculating with these weird these hypothetical games. What if? Mm-hmm. What if? And you'll start running it, and this is a perfect opportunity to do so. I assigned you guys some comics, and some of you just grabbed your own. And we'll.
I was never a good student.
Well, who did you? We'll start with J.K. J.K., did you start? Let's start with you. I gave you Mitch Hedberg, and I don't even know that that's your generation, right? Are you familiar?
No, not even close, bro.
Are you familiar with him, though? Would your generation know who Mitch Hedberg is, or is he like Cosby was to us?
Because I'm a big comedy fan, but yeah, everyone else my age would not know who Mitch Hedberg is. They're not on Netflix. They didn't know who the fuck they are.
Ooh.
He'd be perfect for memes, though.
I know.
Right?
And if you wait one more generation, they're just going to use his words like they're theirs.
True, yeah.
Oh, they're on every T-shirt already.
So, if Mitch Hedberg were around today, some examples of what his show might sound like.
Okay, I did write some stuff, and this was like actually a really good writing exercise for me, like trying to write with someone else's perspective. So I made some attempts. I have they tell me to social distance, so I blocked everyone on Facebook.
Who does the best Hedberg impression here? Who does it?
Okay, right. I got to do a voice. You're right. I got to do a voice.
It's going to sound like Paul Oddo.
Yeah.
They all got to do a voice. My friend wished his car could go faster, so I recorded him driving and played it back in high speed.
I could do it. That's good.
So my friend wished his car could go faster. So I recorded him driving and played it back at high speed.
Yeah. And I got one more. My friend and I were indoor rock wall gym, and he made a bet that I could climb higher than him. I won by taking the stairs.
Nice.
There you go.
Now I have to try the impression as well, may I? Oh, how is it? My friend and I were in an indoor rock wall gym. And he made a bet he could climb higher than me. And I won by taking the stairs. That's not bad.
That was incredible.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
All right, give me that first one. I got to take a shot at this. Hang on. Give me that first one. Yeah.
Kick my ass on that one.
They told me to social distance, so I blocked everybody on Facebook.
That's me drunk.
All right, that's
Yeah.
That's your drunk me.
I think you got to end it with everybody on Facebook.
I only do one impression.
Yeah.
Obama, I do
Sam,
Obama
and
and
me.
Sam Drunk.
Yeah.
And Mitch Hedberg. What did you rustle up?
Well, my thing was I didn't pay attention to what you were saying to do.
Yeah, why would I have written
and I
that stuff down
thought
and
that
sent
you
it?
said as an idea, these people. So I thought it was just any dead comic.
Oh, that's
so
fair.
what ended up happening was I had a thing that happened when I was in New York. I was on the subway, and I couldn't help thinking about it in the voice of Patrice O'Neal, who is one of my favorite comedians of all time. Rest in peace. I hate that. I saw him walking in the Village one time when I first moved to New York. He was just in a gigantic, just a humongous person in a purple tux, like a purple suit with a purple hat. And just like a straight, like actual pimp walking down the street that looked like Baloo the bear from the Jungle Book. He was so big. But I was on the subway and I was like, when you sit down in a crowded subway, you just kind of do a scan of like who's crazy, who's attractive, where can you sit and whatnot. And I scanned the whole train and I didn't notice any women whatsoever. It was just a quick look. And then I sat down, and as I was sitting there for a while, I looked across and I saw that I had not noticed that this girl was a woman because she was so very butch in her lesbian, like she was wearing a man's suit, short cropped hair, and glasses.
Played
and,
the whole
and the
part.
whole thing, and it was just like, I almost wanted to walk up to her when I got off the train and be like, you did it. You know, like you completely fooled me. But, and I feel like she would have been mad, but also like, I know. But I felt that in the voice of Patrice was just like, with all the gender stuff going around, I feel like he would not be on board with this in the sense of like, I'm not going to refer to you as a woman if you have a beard. I need to be tricked into feeling this. So unless you could treat me like a pirate and you're trying to sneak on my ship like a stowaway, and if you can do that, then you're a boy. But otherwise, you're still a girl, and you got to keep coming back until I don't know.
Like a stowaway.
Yeah, you got to be able to get on past me and my whole guard about it. And I just feel like that dude, he just had such balls about these things. And I would have loved to have heard his take on all this shit going on, because he always had that angle of flying it into the mountain and then just veering up right before. And even if you don't agree with what he's saying, you're still like, I mean, I get the logic to it.
Right.
Because something like that, as I saw that person, I was like, this is what you're trying to do, and you did it. So I can't, how am I supposed to argue with you? So that's I mean,
Nice.
I know I didn't fucking do the assignment right, but this was exactly how I felt about it to me. But I didn't know we were going to have to do impressions too.
That's perfect. I didn't know we were doing impressions. That's
Okay, cool.
And nobody does a Patrice impression.
Can we do, I think you got to go real high. No, how is it? What is a Patrice? Nah,
I
there's
don't have
no
a
way
good
to do
one.
it that's not racist. There's no way to do it.
Even for me.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I feel like you just gotta like up the sarcasm by like 5,000%.
Of course.
and you'll get there.
Yeah.
Sam, you got your namesake, Mr. Kinnison,
Yeah.
and not at all because you're loud and metal.
I just so you had said like what would the jokes would be if they were here today, and I just thought, what if we had just some situation where Sam Kinison came back, and I thought, what would be the first thing he would write? And I think it's only fitting that it would sound a little like, so I'm back, folks. It has been called to my attention. That in my previous life I may have been a little hard on the gays. Yep. They've got a special of mine up on Netflix, and they said if I want to keep it there, I need to apologize because I was a little hard on the gays. And by a little hard on the gays, I mean that's like saying that Hitler was a little annoyed by the Jews. But here's the thing, folks. They told me I needed to apologize, and I looked that lady right in her eye and said, I am Sam fucking Kinison. Do you know who the fuck I am? And she said, yes, we do, and that's why we're going to need that apology. We've watched a lot of tapes, Sam! But here's the thing, folks. When I was here, there was just gay or straight. I've been gone a long time. Now there's an L and a G and a B and a T and a Q and a he, she, them, they. I don't know who I'm fucking saying sorry to. And they said, Sam, all of them. You hit all of them. And you weren't even alive that long. And you hit all of them. And I'm not good at apologizing, folks. I'm not. Maybe that's why I was married 80 fucking times. Not good at apologizing. But I am good at making money, so here we go. To the fine people of the gay community, I just want to say I'm sorry. Okay, folks? I'm sorry. It was a different time. I was a lot of cocaine, a lot of alcohol, and I figured this apology is probably only fitting because I also did a lot of jokes about Jesus, and he hit me with a fucking truck! I was in a coma for 20 years! I can only imagine what the gay community's gonna say for me! Oh!
He hit me with a truck.
Is that how he died again? He got hit when he was a little kid, and then he got hit again. Jesus. And now the only justice for him would be getting fucked in the ass when he's dead, right?
So I'm back now!
Yeah.
Sorry. And I'm dating a kid. It's a lovely guy named Steve. We're very happy. Is that enough of an apology for you? Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh, God. Made me go deaf.
Segment 3.
Oh, dude, bro. Gen Z cannot handle Sam Kinison. They gotta be able to process the amount of pain and stress and
Gen Z
anger
can't
in
even
that
handle
man.
an impression of Sam Kinison.
I mean, he was one of my favorites, but God, when I watch him like that, I'm just like, man, can we just get past this chunk? And then once you get past that chunk, he goes into another one that's about women, and you're like, you can't say that either, motherfucker.
Sam, that was recklessly good. Goddamn.
You're right about what you love.
Woo! I
You
assigned
can't
that.
condense that man into TikTok. You just can't.
Just your phone overdriving.
It blows up.
We
I
are.
think it would be great though, because I mean, if you look around, like Eddie Murphy changed with the times now. He regrets some of the things he did. I do think it would be awesome to if Sam had survived. Which, I mean, the probability was low with all the shit he was pumping in his body. But if he had survived, to watch him have to adjust and change with the time, I think would have been great, because he's gonna yell about something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think you would. I don't know if he would have changed. I think he would have just stayed kind of a Dice Clay character. It's
Doubled
like, you're
down and just
that.
still wearing the trench
That's
coat
just
and
who
play
you
in
are.
Vegas.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
but imagine Sam Kinison on stage during the Trump administration.
Oh,
That I can picture.
I would have.
They would bring him back.
Yeah,
They would have brought him back.
like hologram Tupac.
I'm surprised they didn't bring Dice in, to be honest. That would have been a good fit, actually.
yeah, man.
Just yeah. Oh, yeah. The whole fucking smoking the cigarette and everything. They don't give a shit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Clangy clang. To your empty glass, young
Ah,
buck.
boy.
Sam in the water. We're going to shift into segment 4. This is, we used to do, the Whiskey Brothers was always founded on our ability to talk about news stories and grab a subject and just punt it around and have fun with it. So it felt disingenuous to not do that on this show. So I've grabbed a handful of news stories from weird and wild places around the world, and I
Shit, this
present
wasn't
them
on my PDF.
to you guys. Well, then Sam's going to have...
Could have been.
JK, you got these, right?
Yeah. I read. You know.
Perfect. Here's the story. In
college.
Warsaw, Poland, this is going to be super fun. Supermarket chain Carrefour said that they notified local police after employees at one of its Warsaw stores found suspicious parcels in a delivery of bananas, which the police later, you got to say it the right way, the police later confirmed to be cocaine. You also have to say that with the emphasis on the co. The police found cocaine. They immediately were called. They started an investigation. It's underway. The store is cooperating with the investigation, but they found several boxes in several of the stores totaling over 350 pounds, $8.4 million of cocaine. I wrote this down. The headline just said cocaine bananas. That's how I remember everything with keywords. But I didn't remember that I had written down a list of stories, so I thought it was Rob Mungle's grocery list.
Yeah.
I thought it was all of Rob Mungle's ex-girlfriends.
Cheers. So, Sam.
What do you take from that?
Is that $8.4 million before or after the conversion to their cheap-ass money?
Right. That's got to be fucking $160 million over there.
Yeah, I mean, like, you think about it, like, if you're going to have a coke addiction, Warsaw, Poland is probably the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What else?
30 million zlotys.
Nothing it is.
Zlotys.
Yeah, that's a lot of drinks to
ZLOTY
buy.
with a fucking umlaut and a
30
squiggle or
million,
some shit.
160 kilograms. JK, what does that do for you?
Dude, at this point, like, where have they not put cocaine? they put it everywhere. They've smuggled it inside tires, inside dogs. Like, it's fucked up. Like, in this day and age, like, if you've never seen someone do a line before, that's a sign that you don't go out enough. Like,
For sure. We're just not hanging out with fun people.
I used to wait tables at Buffalo Wild Wings, and there would be two different types of servers. There'd be a regular server, working hard trying to pay tuition. Then you'd be a coked up server, and you always know, as a coke addict, we'd be the best server in your entire life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But those guys were burning the same amount of dollar per minute they were making. It was just there's just an offset there. It's like they're carbon neutral.
I can fucking see myself getting fired from Buffalo Wild Wings for doing coke. And just the exit. It's like, I'm sorry. I thought these were Wild Wings. I was under the impression we were having fun here.
You see those steel drums from the Girls Gone Wild commercial?
Like, just fucking white on your face. Drop your stinky towel. I'm leaving. You guys partied.
You've never seen boobs like these before.
Ding 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 ding.
Wing shortage my ass.
Complain about that forever. It's like, that place fucking sucks. They think they're cool.
Bunch of snitch ass bitches.
Yeah. That. No, I don't understand. So wait, they got this much coke and they don't know how it got there?
In a box of bananas.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you could check the bill of
That's
lading
like
or
low-tier
something.
smuggling.
It's like somebody ordered this much cocaine to these
Right,
grocery
like
stores.
this is somebody at Cisco has some explaining.
Yeah,
to do.
Okay, but you would think that, like, if you're going to try to hide it, I'm looking at every tropical fruit that lands in Poland.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it comes from where the cocaine does.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Just send it in with that fucking bison grass vodka down in there. Send it in with that shit. They'll be like, oh, no, this comes here all the time. Like, yeah, box of bananas. Let me take a look at that.
Bananas in Poland. Yeah, there's one restaurant serving bananas Foster, and they have a lot of high dollar clients.
Yes. And
All right.
Carafun.
But Foster somehow has a K in it. So
It's and a Z and a Y and no vowels. In China, let's switch countries. I like looking at the world news. That's how we got there. I don't know if you guys use an app called WeChat or not, but over 1 billion people do. In China, it's part of everyday life, used for everything from payments to booking flights. The government, in a bid to clean up their live broadcasting section, has published a list of prohibited activities on WeChat.
oh, this is gonna be fun.
Including any actions with sexual provocation, such as seductive lip licking or focusing the camera on sensitive parts of the body. Spanking is also prohibited. So is fortune telling, picking your nose, or putting underwear over your head. There's also clothing that can't be worn, including fishnet stockings. Women can't broadcast in a bikini, be wrapped in bed sheets or bath towels, or display tattoos, according to WeChat's rules. Also, minors, not only are they not allowed to drink, they're not even allowed to host a live stream, JK. What the fuck are you doing here? Nor can you promote
America,
content related to gambling. That's your Chinese #1 app.
Well, I
How
guess
you
sad
guys
to
doing?
announce that Whiskey Brothers will not be on WeChat anymore. So.
We're done.
The Taliban just took over Kabul. This is ridiculous. Fucking running China too. That's That's completely crazy. I can't. We're already watching pixelated shit. Well, you can't see their dicks or their pussies, so now it's just gonna what? You got to pixelate somebody putting underwear on their head?
Weirdly, though, you can still kill your second born.
Oh,
on
that's
camera.
the rule. As long as it's
Yeah,
a girl.
Bro.
Yeah.
China has the audacity to, like, have like moral restrictions. Like, dude, I saw that like in schools now, they're making students wear like these mind reading headbands to see if you're like paying attention or not. Like it'll like turn red if you're like, you know, distracted or whatnot, and it'll send like messages to your parents if you're not.
And a lightning bolt
like,
would come out of the ceiling and just
exactly.
kill you.
Like, bro, dude, I have ADD. I'm fucked.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure you weren't watching the Suicide Squad while you were high? Because that sounds like the little thing that blows your fucking head up.
Yeah,
And if that was ever gonna exist, it's gonna exist in fucking China.
Right.
Like, dude, it's like if you get a D, like your head just blows up in second
changes
period.
color.
Like,
Yeah.
That's
You
what
miss one math question. They turn you into broth.
Just because of some hypercolor shit.
They turn you into a cocaine banana.
Yeah.
Here's a happy story. I like these.
I bitched about getting thrown in Facebook jail for 24 hours. Like, no fishnet stockings, no exposed head, no seductive lip licking. Like, LL Cool J's account is gone.
You're done.
That's who you went with.
Yeah.
That's
Because
Very
he
seductive.
he licks his lips like something's actually wrong with him, like he's on the spectrum or some shit. Like it's, and he does it when he's playing a cop on TV, just like, yeah, this looks like a murder. Like he's like, yeah, fucking, what? Stop
doing
stop, dude.
Yeah.
You're fucking 50 now.
We gotta
like
make a rule.
Yeah,
That is another one. It's like, why was this happening so much that they were like, we can't? And the underwear on your head thing too.
you don't
It's like
know.
they just
It's a
got some-
weird. It was a very selective list. It was like all the things the chancellor caught his granddaughter doing.
It really does sound like
very
that.
specific.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And no listening to Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
That's also on the list.
it's like he watched Porky's and was just like, everything in this movie. No.
Let's go to one more story. From this is a happy one. In California, 48-year-old Kurt Reyes is known as Bubble Man. He was in the. Here's his backstory. He was in the military. Later, did some jail time, burnt some bridges before a motorcycle crash hospitalized him 3 years ago. He woke up after surgery. Said it was like being reborn. He walked out 88 days later with a titanium rod in his leg and resolved to change his ways. So when COVID emptied the city streets, he found his calling as Bubble Man, a bubble performance artist. He quit his food delivery gig and committed to full-time bubbling. He rides a tricycle across San Francisco to perform his craft in parks and on street corners for hours, where he makes up to $150 in tips a day from tourists who visit Alcatraz. How do you guys feel about that as artists?
this is actually like bubbles, like real
Bubbles,
just blowing
strings
bubbles.
and soap.
Yeah, I used to talk about this a little bit because I've been doing stand up for so long, and just like struggling with it and trying to, you know, like get a thing going like everybody else that we know. And so now when I talk to people that I graduated high school with who are like, you know, a couple of kids deep and the whole deal and run a company, it feels like I'm the guy in the park blowing bubbles now. Like I feel like I'm that broken dude who's out there.
I
just
feel that
like,
so hard.
And they're like, "Are you still doing that bubble thing?" It's like, yeah, I can get a bubble inside of a bubble now. Like,
We're smoke in the bubble. Smoke
it's
in the bubble.
pretty, you wouldn't understand.
It's
Some people really like it. I make good money. I ride a bike around San Francisco.
It's $150 a day sometimes.
I mean,
not bad, not bad.
That's
Yeah.
the number that got me.
which one?
Whoever wrote this and thinks $150 a day is impressive does not live in fucking California.
Yeah, that sounds like an aspiring
well, certainly
bubble
not San
person.
Francisco. San Francisco, he is a homeless person.
That would
Yes.
kill for a dog job that kills 150 a day. But this guy, I think that was just what Joey Diaz warned us about.
Which part?
Like I read the article and like the girl said he questioned the girlfriend and it was like, oh, he has this weird soapy addiction. Like I've heard that. I was like, he does butt stuff. Like we get it.
Soapy addiction.
Wait, is this you're saying that this guy pretends to be a bubble artist so he can secretly move lube around the city?
It's his Clark.
I mean,
Kent.
what?
That's his
JK,
Product,
I'll tell you right now,
product.
it's San Francisco. If he did butt stuff, he'd make a lot more than $150 a day.
That's true.
It's fucking San Francisco.
Yeah, that's so ridiculous. It's it's like
Look at
you've
Sam
watched so
Kinison
much
still
porn
telling
that
jokes.
you've come around. Like I've watched so much porn that now I just see a girl's like when she's jogging and her ponytail is bouncing. I'm like that's hot.
Like,
like now I'm back to square one.
like, hey man, I go to SFA. Like, a hoe's a hoe. Like,
Yeah.
like you go to a girl's place, she invites you to her bedroom. There's a butt plug on her dresser. Like context clues. You got.
Sure, yeah.
You're gonna do so well in English
By
class.
the way, that's the only English class he's learned since he got to SFA.
Yeah.
Context clues.
I sleep through the fucking auditorium, but I know the context clues to that butt plug.
We got one more story. Trey, how you hold up back there, buddy? I'm good. You good? You good? I hadn't seen a hand go up. I assume you're surviving. Yeah, I'm good. All right, he hadn't
I
fallen
wish the
asleep.
bubble guy the best, though.
Dude, I do too.
Dude,
It's it seems
San
like he's
Francisco money's money, bro. Like,
It's the most expensive city in the country.
yeah, like he's getting given cash. Like, he's avoiding those taxes. I respect that. Don't pay your taxes, guys. Fuck that.
Dude, his bubble budget alone has got to be $50 a day in San Francisco.
making $48,000 a year, bro. Let that man buy his soap.
What? That's 36.
Not
I
to
don't know the
mention
math. I just
tricycle
picked the number.
repairs. Like, there's all
Right.
kinds of things. You gotta fucking fix those tires every now and then. All
And
three
you
of them.
got and you got to truck it up and down those fucking massive hills.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's the support crew over there is questioning my math. I just picked a fucking number. It was just a number. There
I was
was no
saying is-
attempt there to.
I was
How
saying
much
is-
is $150 a day annually?
But I was
$36,000?
saying his bubble budget is $50, which puts that to $100 a day times 365. That's the easiest math in the world you can do. $36,500.
Good. There you go. Sam nailed it. Yeah, they were yelling at me like I did some wrong shit. One more story. There's an app. You ready for this? In Calgary. These people are weird. You know how you are, Calgary. An animal health technology company developed an app called Tably, Tably. I guess you could look it up. It uses the phone's camera to tell whether or not, and you're a cat person, whether or not your feline is feeling pain. They say it helps human cat owners know if their cat's in pain. They also say it could help young veterinarians. The app looks at head and ear position, eyes narrowing, muzzle tension, and how whiskers change to detect distress. And a peer-reviewed study found that the feline grimace scale, the FGS as they call it, is a valid and reliable tool for acute pain assessment in cats.
This is where you find out you're not as much of a cat person as you thought. Yeah, it's like,
Bro,
that's
dude.
where you're just like, I'm all right with cats. I don't really
How
give
can you
that much of a
download the
shit.
app when the answer is always no? Like, the cat's never happy, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude, fuck cats, bro.
yeah. They're either a
Dude,
good one or a bad one. That's it.
Like, animals are liars, man. Like,
True.
they try to act like they got feelings, like they feel what you're feeling, they're how happy, like they love you to death. No, and they don't. They just need food.
Sounds like you went through a straight up breakup with a cat.
Bro, dude, cats don't like
Bro,
me.
that
I
bitch
grew
was
up
in
with dogs.
So the 11 on the FGS.
Yeah. No, but I hear you.
I know how to handle cats. They just like, oh, what's up? And then be like, go fuck yourself.
Right.
It's-
Yeah. Even in a good mood, they're kind of like they'll deal with it, and they're like, I can't be loved, and then they just get you. It's like they can't be happy at all.
So that's the thing. I'm like, you really need an app because I don't think I've ever seen a more expressive house pet that, like, if a cat is hungry, you will know.
Yeah.
If a cat is horny, you will know. If a cat wants you to wake up, you will fucking know. Or doesn't want, like, you really needed to bring Samsung into this shit.
Right.
Hey, bro, your intuition is not sponsored.
Dude.
Yeah, but you know what? Wow, that means this shit hurts. Take me to the vet. It's gonna cost you $700 because I'm cute.
Right. But that got somebody paid for the idea.
Indeed.
I mean, we need to know how to make fucking apps.
What would you do? What
that's
would you
the real
do
money.
if you had one app you could create, just out of the blue, if the coding could be done
Off
tomorrow?
the top of my head, I would make something. There's little ladies in New York who sell churros, and I would put tracking devices on them so that you could figure out how far away you are from a churro lady, and I'd call it Churomo, and then you could just order one. But I don't. This is why it's probably better that I don't do this.
Just
I'm
get an
just-
app.
I'm just
It'll get you to
spitballing.
Obama's party. Like,
Yeah,
that's what I'll get.
Yeah.
Dude, when will people get that feelings are like overrated?
I don't think that's a good business idea.
That's the worst I've ever
No, it's
heard.
bad. I'm pretty good at bad
I was
ideas.
I found this is how bad of an idea it is. I looked for every way to yes and it and
Yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah, I have a few of those.
My brain went no but.
Yeah. Black mayonnaise is another bad idea I had. It's just like regular mayonnaise, just black. Tastes exactly the same. An untoaster for the situations where you accidentally toast a piece of bread and you want to reverse the
Ooh.
toasting process. The technology's not there yet.
Bro, I was trying to do socks for snakes.
That's a good one.
No, it's not.
No.
Not
I
even
mean,
close.
it's a good bad idea.
No, I pluralized it.
A sock.
Fucking sock.
Basically just a sock.
Yeah.
Well, it's what you do. Yeah. No, these aren't going to work out.
No, we're failed businessmen.
But that's the point.
That
of
cat
this
app.
exercise.
Here we are.
Yeah. Somebody made money on that.
JK, any parting thoughts? I want to give you guys an opportunity to plug everything that you're doing because you're all good friends of mine. You're all very talented. We're all going to do more shots. Sam, where are you online and where can they find you? Trey's got a hand up. You got something to say? Ring in, buddy. Trey Tutson and Jerry Wayne Longmire in the back. Pot up. What is that? 6, 7? Where you at? You still quiet. No.
Yep.
Turn that mic on.
Is the mic on?
It's on.
All right, then switch him over to channel 5. Just swap him out with the audio box. We'll figure it out.
Hi, Trey.
Trey Tutson is on the Whiskey Brothers podcast every single Monday. He has been for over half of the podcast now. It's a remarkable amount of time. If you want to talk, I'll go sit.
Doesn't believe in birds, right? Or boats?
Believes in birds, but believes he can beat the most ferocious of them. Doesn't believe in boats. Well, he believes in boats. He just doesn't know how boats work, despite being told in a very visual demonstration by Jerry Wayne. He still's like, yeah, fuck that.
Did you get like an aquarium and everything? You could do it in that.
I got a bucket and I showed him how boats work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he made a foil boat and talked about the displacement and
Racism.
yeah, somehow it became racism and it was back to slavery. And again, doesn't know how boats work, but everyone who looks like us is here because of them. Like, they're-
Well, I mean, it's connected in an emotional way.
and then I don't think he believes in the moon either.
Oh.
Doesn't believe in the moon or hates the moon.
Let's see. Can we hear Trey?
Can y'all hear me?
There we go.
Yes.
Turn that.
It's very
Turn that
faint,
pop
but
that one
yes.
up. Just
Pop
the
it
gain
up
of the
a
whatever.
little
Trey Tutson in the back of the house. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, it's all good. By far the best one so far we've had. Just if I could just ring in and say, JK, fucking nice work.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
I agree.
Yeah.
That was well written across the board.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I don't have a lot of rebuttal. I just have really just one thing, and I thought Sam was gonna hit it. Him being on the darker shade, but
That means thank you.
but it was the Obama thing, where it was like weird, like they invited all of these black stars, and they somehow turned it into his birthday into like the insurrection. Like it looked like they wasn't supposed to be there. Like, and he's in. It's like weird. Like Obama's behavior like was very biracial in this thing because the black side lets you smoke. But the white side reprimanded you for posting it. So he was like, "Yeah, give me that weed. Hey, put that shit down. What are you doing? Like, take it down." All right, that's it, guys. That's all I got.
This is all right. So let's. We'll get out of here in a second. Sam Demaris, where can they find everything you online? Where do you want to send them?
I am Tyrannosaurus Black on Instagram. I am at Sam Demaris on Twitter. I think if you look me up by the name Chainsaw Jenkins, you'll find me there. I know I stole it from that rapper at Obama's party. And I'm just Sam Demaris on Facebook. And you can catch me every Wednesday or Thursday or whenever we do it on a little show called The Spoiler Room where we do movie.
There you go.
Oh, I didn't know about
We do
that.
movie and nerd
Me, him, and
talk.
Chase DeRusso.
That's fun.
And then every Monday, right here on Twitch on the Whiskey Brothers, and some Sundays when no one shows up on a single
Sam Demaris, Paul Oddo.
Yes.
Tell them.
The easiest way to find what I do is on my website, pauloddo.com, which is ODDO. The harder way to find me is through Instagram, and that's my name. Same name.
I struggled with this all morning. I
Yeah.
was editing some video from
Yeah.
last night, and I realized that last night, of course, I had been imbibing, and
drinking.
there was no way I was going to get it right.
That's
but this
okay.
morning, I thought I'd take a crack at it. So I was like, you know what? Let me just wing it, and I went EAUXD. DEAUX.
That's it.
And I did the same pause.
Just think double D.
I do,
Right,
and
right,
that's
right,
where I
right.
get distracted,
Right.
and
Well,
I get all the X's.
It's a dumb thing, but it's like it's where my art, it's my artwork, Instagram, and
It's-
some of the other things.
I
that
cannot.
I do.
If you're
Yeah.
looking at me on this camera, I cannot encourage enough. Go look at his art. You do some remarkable things on Reddit.
I
but
appreciate it, man.
Follow what he's doing. Even if it just take some psychedelics and sit on your couch and just watch him on your TV when he's painting.
We just chat and drink, and I work on very intricate pieces of artwork. But that's what I do. So I that's my day job now. It was bartending, and now I sell my artwork.
You should.
God bless,
Amazing,
and
bro.
thankfully. But it's but I sell little pieces on eBay about every week. Just
And
little things I do.
you're doing some original parts there, and then you have some
Yeah.
prints of some
Yeah.
of the bigger pieces.
Yeah, so I'll spend hundreds of hours on a painting, and then I do prints of it, which is what you've got.
Yeah.
Is a print of this painting that I took 200 hours to make, and then this new one that I made is a 6 foot by 4 foot peacock that I spent 300 hours on.
Yeah,
and
300 hours.
But it's I mean, it
Like,
just
if I can't do something in like
Shit I do.
90 minutes, then we just do something else.
right. Fair enough. I get it.
I gave it my hardest 90.
It keeps me sane,
Congratulations. Here is the
strangely.
peacock eye
Yeah.
that I have. J.K. Spinler,
Yeah.
where can you be found?
Yeah, first of all, I have a high respect for artists. Like, I did art in high school. I'm a film major in school. Like, they're most incredible people. So, in fact, do it for a living is incredible, man.
Well,
But for
I
me,
appreciate it.
you can find me on Instagram of @theliving_smiles because I smile all the time.
Mhm.
I do have a podcast called Freaking Young People. So we do an episode once in a blue moon, but might bring it back. We'll see. And then I produce shows out in Nacogdoches, Texas. So you live in East Texas, then I got the hottest comedy for you. We're doing Jesse Payton August 28th. I'm really excited for that.
Wow. How did you contradict yourself in the same sentence? I love Jesse. That's a joke.
Yeah, these shots are hitting me, bro.
JK,
yeah,
so-
dude.
I want to raise my glass to you, and I mean this sincerely. You stepped in with two of my dearest friends, people I've been all over the world with, the old Laugh Stop. That's the sign off the building. Like, we go back almost 2 decades, me and the guys in this room, and you showed up today and kicked the shit out of everybody.
Absolutely.
That was,
Very funny,
bro. You
Thank
venture
you,
off, but when
thank
you
you.
come back, you have a
Dude,
place
and,
with
and
us.
thanks to you, bro. This has been like a dream come true. Like when I started comedy, I thought it would be years until it went like anywhere. And in fact,
will.
that like,
But you made some good friends before
well,
that.
yeah. But in fact, I just like producing shows and getting a spot here and there and being on a podcast is like miles earlier than like I thought it would ever be.
Brother, that's how we know you're going to be all right.
This is the fun
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
The fun time is
Exactly.
hanging out. All that having too much money and getting blowjobs all day. It's
Ugh.
overrated.
So overrated.
Dude, like growing up, dude, comics were like my superheroes, man. The fact that people would go on stage and do and say whatever the fuck they wanted, I was so
Well, not this year.
like maybe not on TV, but comedy clubs, bro, like shit's
back.
not changed.
You could sit in the green room and commiserate with the rest of us.
Exactly. And the fact that like I'm still in, it's like starstruck. It's like meeting Superman every day. So it's,
Brother, it's you keep that
incredible.
smile on your face and that curiosity and that cool desire to keep going, and you'll always have a home here. J.K. Spinler, Paul Oddo, good to have you in town. Sam Demaris, we'll see you, of course, on Monday. I'm Slade Ham, your host. Is this thing on a very long and special one? Thanks to JW. I'm giving all the credit to him now. JW Longmire and Trey Tudson running everything back of house and all the writing. Appreciate you guys, and we will see all of you on another episode soon.